iRacing did a great job scanning this phenomenal track here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost hypnotic, isn't it, when you're riding on board with a car at full speed like that, and Dirk Hubert-Ruber thankfully staying out so we can enjoy the view for a little bit longer. Right, I think we might be able to drag one of our drivers, who I think has just got out of the car, into the commentary box. We're joined by Jay Daniels, who's been racing the number 9 Team Schnitzel car, running in the SP9 category. Jay, thank you for taking some time to come and have a chat with us. How's your morning stint been going? I am not hearing Jay. We'll try that again. Jay, are you with us?
Yep, sorry about that. Technical difficulties there.
It's all right. You've had a long night, I'm sure, Jay. We'll let you off. How are things going for you guys this morning?
Mixed fortunes, I think. Overnight we did pretty well, to be honest. We managed to stay clean and not have to take any fast repairs or penalties or anything. But I think those guys that did are starting to come back now. So I think we're sort of settling back to where we expect to be.
That is the part of the race now where you really, I suppose, are starting to backtrack almost from the end of the race, trying to work out exactly who it is you're fighting. And when you do have cars that are reasonably close to you, either ahead or behind, the pressure's on. How hard is it, though, as a team now to sort of rally around the driver who is in the car for this final stint and keep them pushing?
Oh, to be honest, it's a breeze with James. James is driving the car at the moment, and he's one of those guys. You want him in at the end of a stint or at the end of a race because he'll just put his head down and get the job done. He's one of those brilliant types of drivers that doesn't need the motivation. That being said, we're all in it together and we're all here, just about. So.
Yeah, I think a few of the teams are feeling the same, aren't they? Terry?
Yeah, so I got a question. We started talking about the preparation and the work that goes into doing these endurance races. Talk about the team in general. How much practice do you guys have as a whole to come out here and run a big endurance event like this?
Well, this one's a little bit of an oddity, to be honest, because this is obviously not one of the iRacing events. It kind of falls a little bit outside of our normal schedule, but we were pretty well practiced, and we did pretty well getting into the permit sessions to make sure we qualified for the race. I mean, we started that process probably a month and a half, 2 months ago, really, to start building a setup. Unfortunately, I don't know if you're aware, but there's a big update from iRacing which kind of threw all that out of the window. So we then, a week to go, we're under real pressure, and I think, if I'm honest, we've probably not landed where we wanted to be with the setup and stuff. I mean, you've probably seen, I know I've seen it on the coverage already, we're really slow on the straights at the moment, and it's excruciating when you know you can drive that bit quicker, but it is what it is. You flip a coin sometimes and just live with it.
All right, well, let me ask that. So going on to the setup thing, because I enjoy cars and I enjoy talking setups to get the most maximum speed. What do you feel, adjustment-wise, if you had to go back and do it again? Obviously, the update changed quite a bit. The update for me was like 14, 15 minutes sitting here trying to get it on the PC. What are you feeling that you needed to put in that car for that straight line speed?
Well, the thing that we've lost here is because it's great that iRacing have kind of lined it up with the real world by bringing in the minimum ride height. So we're now sat like 20 mil higher than we would normally be. So I've seen all the Porsches are lifting up over the crests, and that's what's killing us at the moment. So it'd be really nice if we could get the nose down a bit more. That being said, I would just take off any wing we've got, just so we can at least hang with the BMWs and stuff on the straights. I'd take the sketchiness over the twisties to be able to stay with them. It's just that at the moment it's impossible.
That's interesting then. So even around a track like this, you'd rather have a car that's harder to drive but ultimately faster. I mean, that's the polar opposite strategy I'd go for, but that probably speaks more to my ability behind the wheel than anything else. But because this is not an easy track to drive, and over long stints on tyres that I believe are now wearing a lot quicker than we've seen previously, it is a hard balance to strike, isn't it, between drivability and outright pace?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're pretty experienced on this track, so I think the experience makes up for some of what you might lose in sort of downforce and stuff over the trickier sections. And yeah, it just at the moment we're just getting killed on the straights. It's really tough, but you know, it is what it is. You can't you can't really fight that. I would take a kind of looser car at this point over safe, because at the moment we're not really pushing anyone along the road. So yeah.
Looking ahead then to this final hour and 40 minutes or so that we've got left, how are you guys looking for strategy? One more pit stop to the end?
I think I don't I don't want to say for sure. There is a team. I think we're probably clear of the next team behind us. I think. I need to check in with where everyone is, but probably one stop. If there's a splash, it's not going to be very much. It's only going to be a single lap. It might get to the point where it's better off for us to just save if we can. But yeah, probably not too much strategy involved at this point. The guys ahead of us are kind of in their little gaggle further up the road, which we're not going to impact them, I don't think.
I got
Okay.
one
Oh, sorry, go on, Terry.
I got one final question for you. For the 2023 calendar, obviously your team, y'all as a group go and run the endurance races. A different driver lineup for Daytona. Obviously, if you're planning on running the 24 at Daytona as well to kick off the 2023 season.
No, we'll be running with the same three guys. So me, Mikhail, and James. So there's kind of our core lineup. It would be nice if anyone's interested out there. I'll use this as a platform. If anyone does want to come and hit us up for a spot, because it is much easier to balance the stints if you've got four. But yeah, we'll be doing Daytona, and then after that, I think Sebring is the next one. We always do the big specials because they're the ones that get the biggest participation, and we just love the challenge of those. So yeah, it'll probably be 3, but we're open if anyone wants to send me a message.
Awesome stuff. Well, big thank you for joining us here in the commentary box. We'll let you get back to the team, but best of luck for the last hour and a half or so.
Yeah, thanks very much. Great coverage, guys, and really big respect to Robert for putting on a great event as well.
Yeah, here. Thanks very much, Jay. We've thoroughly enjoyed bringing you all of the action here from the Winter Nürburgring 24 Hours. And some interesting stuff from that conversation, Terry. I'm sure that already in the broadcast it's been mentioned about this update for the GT3 cars. I've not actually tried it yet, so I don't know exactly how different it is. But that, I think, is going to be a talking point for a while, isn't it?